nice to see you again. I hope you are safe and sound and staying at home and following all the rules to keep safe from coronavirus. Today we are going to talk about how to write a good story. For writing a good story, first you need to choose your characters. Who are the characters in your story? Second thing, you need to think about your setting. Where is your story set? Is it in a forest, town, in the park, or somewhere else? Opening is introducing the characters and the location of the story. In build-up, you should begin to write about what is happening at the start of your story. Don't forget to use the characters you introduced at the beginning of the story. Dilemma, write about the problem that's happening in your story. What is that has gone wrong? In resolution part, write about how the problem will be fixed. Think about how the characters might work together to solve whatever has gone wrong. Closing, bring everything in the story to an end and make sure the problem has been fixed. Now let's look at story mounting, which will help you to remember it well. Before writing your story, let's decide what kind of story you are planning to write. It can be either of this. It can be horror, it can be mystery, fantasy, crime, adventure, science fiction, fairy tale, or myths and legends. Please be attentive when you are choosing your story type and your characters. Don't forget to give name to your characters and choose appropriate setting for your story. First of all, let's look at this story mounting. In order to make your story interesting, you must be very attentive when you write your story. For writing an interesting story, you have to look at these important things. Opening. In opening, you should describe the setting and main characters. You might choose to describe characters or give their feelings. It's a good idea to start your story by describing the weather and talking about the day. Build up is action building up to the problem, getting to know your characters. When you are describing the characters, after naming them, to describe characters or give their feelings. It's a good idea to start your story by describing the weather and talking about the day. Build up is action building up to the problem, getting to know your characters. When you are describing the characters, after naming them, pay attention if you mention about their job or about their age. Use exciting vocabulary to describe your characters. Can you show personality through your character? Try to be attentive with this. Dilemma, create an emergency or disaster so you can include lots of action. How do your characters act? What is happening? You should pay attention to text structure and sentence structure either. It's advisable to use conjunctions and adverbials in your writing also. Use this conjunction and adverbials at the start and in the middle of your sentences. If you remember, I taught you femboys, and you can use some coordinating and subordinating conjunctions either. You can use to describe characters or give their feelings. It's a good idea to start your story by describing the weather and talking about the day. Build up is action building up to the problem, getting to know your characters. When you are describing the characters, after naming them, pay attention if you mention about their job or about their age. Use exciting vocabulary to describe your characters. Can you show personality through your character? Try to be attentive with this. Dilemma: create an emergency or disaster so you can include lots of action. How do your characters act? What is happening? You should pay attention to text structure and sentence structure either. It's advisable to use conjunctions and adverbials in your writing also. Use this conjunction and adverbials at the start and in the middle of your sentences. If you remember, I taught you fanboys, and you can use some coordinating and subordinating conjunctions either. You can use. Please don't forget to include interesting words into your story. Use exciting and adventurous words, adjectives, adverbs, and powerful verbs. After writing your story, don't forget to check if you followed all the rules what we have mentioned. What happens at the beginning? Who are the main characters? And where is the story set? Build up. What happens next? How does the story hint at a problem? If you are writing about the problem, if you are checking it, check what is the problem within the story. In resolution, you must check if you have written how the problem is resolved, sorted out. At the ending, how does the story end? Does it end happily? Is there a twist to the plot? I hope you will take my advice and follow all these rules. I hope that this lesson is useful for you and you will be able to write an interesting story and share it with me. Please send your interesting stories to my email address. Thank you for your attention. Enjoy your day.